Namaskar. If India's civil aviation sector is truly a global success story, then why does every statistic of growth come with a bigger statistic of failure? We are told Indian aviation is booming. Passenger traffic crossed almost 37 crore in 2024, growing nearly 15% year on year, making India the third largest domestic aviation market. But growth in numbers does not mean growth. Let's say, for example, quality, whether it is aircrafts, airports, services, airline standards, and many such more quality standards. Next, let's take stability, for example, from policy making, maintaining them within the regular financial fragility checks, and from airports to airlines to passengers, there should be some stability. Next, take transparency and equitability. For example, price hikes which are unnecessary on certain key routes, and despite being in an age of digitalization, whether it is the passengers or the crew or the ATC, etc., there is no accountability, nor any such numbers have been mentioned. Let us start with airfares, the biggest public pain point. In 2024-25, domestic aircrafts rose by 30 to 60% on many routes, especially Tier 2 cities and emergency corridors. On monopoly routes, fares surged even higher. During peak travel periods in 2025, one-way economy tickets have on short routes crossed almost 15,000 rupees to 20,000 rupees for an average beyond middle class affordability. Despite public outrage, the government admitted it had no fare control power, only the ability to monitor prices. Monitoring exploitation is not regulation. Now look at the financial health of the airlines. India has lost three major airlines in 1 decade: Kingfisher, Jet Airways and Go First. Go First alone grounded over 50 aircrafts in 2023, leaving rupees 6,000 plus crores in unpaid liabilities. Even in 2025, employees remain unpaid and passengers uncompensated. SpiceJet continues with a reduced fleet, delayed salaries and repeated DGCA warnings. If aviation policies were strong, airlines would not collapse every few years. Then comes fuel taxation, a structural failure. Aviation turbine fuel accounts to 40 to 45% of airline operating cost in India, compared to 25 to 30% globally. Despite repeated demands, ATF remains largely outside GST. Airlines bleed, passengers pay more, and the system refuses to reform. Safety of passengers present another uncomfortable truth. Until now, there are technical glitches. Flights delayed, routes are changed, etc. etc. In 24 and 25, hundreds of technical snags were officially reported to DGCA. Widespread aircraft groundings due to Pratt & Whitney engines defect affected the A320neo fleets, reducing seat availability, increasing cancellations and pushing fares up. India has little leverage over global engine suppliers, exposing deep foreign dependency. Regulatory weakness compounds the problem. DGCA audits in 2024 flagged pilot fatigue, training gaps, and maintenance lapses. The air traffic controllers at major airports continue to work long shift due to staff shortage. These raise serious safety concerns. When traffic grows faster than trained manpower, obviously the risk multiplies. The Udan reality check is equally sobering. While 600 plus routes were announced, nearly half were discontinued or underutilized due to poor planning and airline withdrawals. Many Udan airports operate within 1 or 2 flights a week, making them commercially unsustainable and not viable enough. Connectivity exists on paper but not in practice. Passengers still passenger rights still remain weak. In 2023-24, airlines recorded lakhs of delays and cancellation complaints, yet compensation enforcement is minimal. I would say equal to zero. Penalties are weak, grievances redressal in slow, and accountability is rare, where maintenance and repair MRO reflects missed opportunity, I would say. Despite policy announcements, over 80% of aircraft maintenance is still done abroad, costing India thousands of crores annually in foreign exchange. High land costs, delayed clearances, and policy inconsistency block domestic growth. In 2025, new controversies emerged. DG Yatri's biometric system raised serious questions about consent, data storage, and privacy safeguards. Technology without a strong data protection framework creates trust deficits, not efficiency. This the government must understand. So let us ask honestly, is aviation growing or is affordability shrinking? If infrastructure is expanding, why is safety under strain? If policy is strong, why do airlines collapse repeatedly in India? Growth without sustainability or stability is an illusion. Expansion without regulation is dangerous. Digitization without accountability is very risky. India does not need more aircraft orders or airport inaugurations. India needs affordable flying, strong regulation, sustainable airlines, regional balance, and passenger dignity. Until then, Indian civil aviation may be flying higher, but it is flying on extremely weak foundations. Thank you very much. Namaskar.